Hello,
Hello,
everyone.
everybody.
Hello.
Um,
Hello.
how are you all doing?
Well,
Welcome to our live. My name is Mayette, and we are here tonight. And I'm here with these three amazing ladies with me tonight. Who said yes to building something of our own. We're just regular people from different walks of life, and some of us are full time workers, some are parents, some are total newbies to this. And we all had that one question at the start: is this business for me? So tonight we're all sharing our stories, real stories, our wins and struggles, and what made us say yes. We are going to start with some intro. I think I'm going to start with you, Crystal.
all right. Hello, everyone. My name is Crystal, and I am a biomedical engineer by profession and an online digital business for the last 3 years here. And so far, it's been an amazing journey. So, I am a mom, a wife, and a wonderful grandma to my grandson. And I just love life in this online business as we utilize automation to run for us and to find prospects for us and gain results and grow in this amazing business. So, guys, this is the future, and digital is here. So, let's all get used to this.
All right, it's going to be next.
Melanie, you can go next.
Sounds good. Hello, everyone. My name is Melanie Kiss from Montreal, Canada. And by profession, I've been a flight attendant for the last 25 years and in the online marketing world since 2017. So, yeah, I look forward to sharing why I said yes.
All right, I think that leads to me. So, hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and nyajong to my fellow Hmong viewers out there. So, my name is Patty. I am a mom of four boys. I'm a wife. I am a full time registered nurse by profession. I've been working in the nursing profession for the past 17 and a half years. That was my only jam, and I thought that was it. That was my whole life mission. And you know what? I got a slap in the face, and that wasn't gonna be it. So I had to make a change, and I had to make some choices to really um, do more, right? Do more for my kids because I felt like a total failure being a mom. That was essentially bringing, income home to support our family, but I was missing out on so many of my children's milestones, and they just stopped expecting me to be home. So, that was my moment of awakening of saying, this is enough. You have to do more. It's not about the career. It needs to be about the kids, the children, the family. So here I am. Been in this business for the past year, and it's just been an amazing journey. I continue to learn, grow, and build alongside these amazing ladies. And I get to travel to Canada and, all
Yay!
over virtually. So if I can stay on my passport, virtual passport, I think I'd have more of that than physical places that adventure to. So thank you for having me on with you ladies tonight.
Awesome. And again, I'm Mayette. I'm going to tell you a little bit of my background. So I'm outside of my business. I'm a physical therapist assistant. I'm a rehab manager. I'm a nonprofit volunteer. I'm a geek for a cause. So I'm like all sorts of things, but that's my passion. And I'm here with these amazing ladies. We are going to kick things off with this. So, what made each of you say yes to this business, even if you were unsure or scared at first?
I'll start first. I think for me, it was really hard. I was working out on the farm and with the intense labor, and I knew that I couldn't do that for a long time. And as I was praying, this opportunity came up. My mentor, who showed up an advertisement in my face, and at the time, I was so ready for a change. So I just took the leap of faith, and I wanted to do everything that I could possible to work for myself because as much as I was making from my personal job, I didn't want to keep building someone's dream for someone. I wanted to build a dream for myself. And that was when I started this business, and this business has changed my life. And I've learned so much through this amazing business, through business partners like you all, who are here today. We learn together, we grow together, and we gain the success together. So it's just been an amazing journey, and so far I've loved it so far. And I'm looking forward to more milestones and more great things in this business. As you know, the future, no matter how much we feel like we're not ready for the future is here and digital is here. So just be ready.
That's awesome. I could go. Did you want to go, Patty?
No, go ahead.
Well, mine's a little different in the sense that I was in the fitness industry as well, which I didn't mention before, but that's kind of how I put my first steps into online businesses, right? Connecting with people on social media, so on and so forth. But I always felt like there was a missing link to putting it all together. And I know when I first started, it was over 10 years ago. So things were still, there weren't that many applications and systems to put in place yet. There were, but they were really complicated. And so what ended up happening is I burnt out from all of that. But at the same time, I have a friend who was, he was talking about the online marketing business. And I was like, what are you talking about? I need to know what this is all about. And when I watched the webinar or the free info session, I knew right away that this was it. Like, it was just like, it had everything that I was looking for that would work in the background for me without me like pulling my hair trying to put it all together. And I was just like, oh my goodness, it's like almost like a miracle just happened. Everything was there for me. So I was super, super excited about it. So yeah, I didn't have to think about it very long. I was just like, sign me up, let's do this. And yeah, right away I got into the training, which was, well put together, and I was able to go at my own pace. And I had a wonderful community too, to be able to, as you could all see here tonight, a few of the many, to be able to, help each other out. Because even if there is a system in place, I think human connection is always like super important as well. Like, and I know we're very much going into a digital robotic way, but to be able to connect at a human level is absolutely amazing. And I love the fact that it has that as well. So yes, for me, it was a full speed ahead when I saw it.
Wow. So
Nice.
amazing.
Yeah.
Very appreciative of it, because at the same time, yes, I saw the business, and I ended up, I was in school as well as an NLP student. And while I was studying, and once I graduated, I thought I could try to put those two separate and start creating courses as an NLP coach, right? And I realized, oh my goodness, it is so complicated to put all that tech stuff together, even though technology has become easier. And it adds up to put everything together financially. And I was just like, what am I doing? Anyways, I had my aha moment of clarity, and I was like, I'm going to bring my online marketing business and my NLP coaching together. And yeah, I'm really glad I finally had that clarity to do so, because it's that much easier, and I'm able to just enjoy life. And as a flight attendant, I'm still working because I just enjoy traveling and I enjoy visiting different countries. But I don't have to worry because my business works in the background for me while I'm away. So
I love
Amazing. Yeah.
yeah. So there you go. That's a little bit about my my start.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, I shared a little bit already about, my story and how I got into the digital business here. And like I said, I was so comfortable. I was very comfortable. I had my career set. I had it set since high school, and I had nothing that was going to really penetrate me. And I can say that, maybe even previously, right, years ago, I'd say maybe a decade ago, if this business had approached me at that time, I probably wouldn't have had the mindset. I didn't have that drive. And ultimately, for some of us in our global business here, it took a significant change in our life. And for me, it was my kids. And alongside of my kids, not really expecting me to be home and, missing just little moments at the park. At the same time, I also lost my parents. And that was harsh because it was 2 months after one another. My mom passed away, my father passed away. And it was kind of like, oh my gosh, like people do pass away, right? But when it hits you very close like that, it brought me to a really dark place. And hearing my kids, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, what am I doing? Like, I can't even be a good mom. I can't even be a good wife. I couldn't even be a good daughter and help support my parents and be there for them. Coming from immigrant parents, we didn't have enough. We didn't have a lot. We were on welfare. We, only had limited funds to kind of go around. And so trips and vacations were really non-existent. And so that's why I think I pursued so hard in my nursing career to make sure that my kids were that had that luxury, right, of just even going camping, going to amusement parks that were non-existent in my childhood, just even having a birthday party. Like, I literally went all out for my kids. I made their decorations for their party because I'm like, I never had this as a child, so I'm kind of living through my kids. So just coming to that realization and really hitting that dark spot was really my turning point. Again, not everybody has that, but that happened to me. And when I found this business and when it kind of just appeared on my news feed and I clicked on it, I hesitated. I did my research. And I still hesitated for a few months until I finally said, you know what, Patty, just suck it up. Like, what do you have to lose, right? You've got a stable job at the moment. And what is it going to really do to me? Is it going to kill me? It wasn't going to kill me. And just really learning more. And when I learned about it, I didn't even tell my husband. I just joined. I paid $149 and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do this. And he was like, you have no business skills. All you know was nursing. Like, but you know what? But they say that, like all the resources are available. So why not? He's like, all right, you have no business plan. I'm like, I don't care. I don't have a business plan, but I have a vision. I want to, this was my moment for me, for my personal growth, because as moms, we give everything to our kids. We give up our dreams for the most part, and we dedicate our time and everything to our kids and our family. And so now it was a time of, okay, I'm hitting midlife. I lost my parents and my kids no longer expect me to be home. So what else can go wrong, right?
Yeah.
So I took that leap and I just love it because the community is just amazing. Being able to connect with these ladies and stories, right? We as humans strive and look and pull towards stories, and that's what inspires, like movies or stories, right? And we get so drawn to stories, and we want those relationships. And Facebook has allowed us to really connect with people from all over, and I just love that connectivity that I'm able to build, and the sisterhoods that I am creating right now with these ladies as well. So again, my story came from a point of being at my lowest point of losing loved ones and feeling inadequate as a human being. But here I am thriving, changing my mindset and looking more towards my goal of achieving just ultimate time freedom and financial freedom for my family. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you for allowing me to share.
Amazing. Yeah, I can totally relate. It's like this was I started like when in like I think November, December of 2019 was when I kind of started looking, because I became my mom's primary caregiver, and I was like, you know what, I have a full-time job, but I want to spend more time with my mom. I wanted to take care of her because she was getting older. She was having some health issues. I'm like, okay, I want to find something that I can do at home. That way I can have more time with her. And, it's like, I was just scrolling through Facebook, and here comes like the ad that popped up, and an ad like from a nurse, and I was like, a nurse. So I was like, it's like, oh, maybe I can do that. So it's like it pulled me, and I was still curious, but still I was skeptical because it's like, oh my gosh, like, is this really, like, does this really work? Because I've I've done, like, before I kind of like got into like MLMs and whatnot, I'm like, they don't work. Like, I don't want to sell anything. So
Exactly.
fast forward, I actually didn't sign up right away. It took me like maybe 6 months because I was like researching, trying to like figure it out. It's like, is this really something for me? So fast forward to 6 months, I signed up, and then I learned more about it, and it's been an amazing experience ever since. And to those who were following me from before, you probably heard me that I took a little break. And then for the new followers right now, so I took a little break, and then I actually came back, and the business has always been there waiting for me, and it's still there for me right now. Um, so the next one I want to ask is, so we all had our doubts in the beginning. Like I said, we are all skeptical when we like saw this, because like with anything, especially when it involves an investment, is like, okay, does this really work? But ever since joining the business, what has been your biggest surprise or favorite part since joining?
For me, I think the surprising part is that I thought I was an old dog who couldn't learn new trick. Because I've been so used to, like, this is the only job that I've had in the last 30 years is medical device. And so when I started the business, I just kept thinking to myself, like, when can I run this business like my job? Like, it's like, how you drive to work every day. Like, you don't even have to navigate, right? Our mind just like takes us there. And that was how I was working in my professional job for the last 30 years. And for me to start this business, and I had no idea about what I was getting into, what social media was. I just had a Facebook, but I never touched. And when I started, I just thought, gosh, I don't think I'm going to know this. Like, it's so hard. But with the training and with the support of our global business partners, I was able to learn. And it got easier and easier. And as I followed the training and I started advertising, that's when I found out that, hey, I don't have to talk to somebody. I don't have to try to go out and recruit somebody or spend a couple hours in someone's home and then get rejected and then feel so bad walking out the door. And when I knew about advertising and being attracted, having someone being attracted to my ad and coming to me in a cold market, it was just like magic. I mean, that feeling, like, at first I was like, how can I put my face out there when maybe nobody's gonna like me? What am I gonna bring out there for people to like me? And then as I continued to run the business, I found out that I was somewhat, some way attractive in a way where I can, bring in people and have success through my business. And that was like the most amazing part of my journey, that I never knew that automation can help me find prospects. You build a relationship and you just become so close to as like a family. And I talk to my business partners like almost every day, and I just love this amazing journey on how it has connected all of us. Like, Mayette, Mulaney, like Patty, we never knew each other, right,
Right.
girls?
Yeah.
And so we came into this business and we're so connected. And here we are supporting each other's success and coming on live and sharing our blessings. When we share blessings, we look forward to receiving that blessing. And that's why we're here to share it with each and everyone. That if you are tuning in and you're watching us, let us know in the comment section where you are tuning from, because we always love to hear from you. And we'd love to have you, if you have this feeling that, hey, these women are bringing something that on live that resonates with me, feel free to jump on, check it out. Our websites are on the panel here, and we'd love to connect with anyone who is interested and to let them know what this business is all about and what we offer. So that's all for me.
Should we go to Melanie?
Sure. Can you just repeat the question?
Oh,
I was thinking of something, and then I'm like, "Am I going off topic?" I was just like,
no. So you know how we all had our doubts in the beginning.
Yes,
But since joining the business, what has been your biggest surprise or your favorite part of it?
Yes, thank you. So I think what I loved the most, or what surprised me the most, because like you might, when I was in the fitness industry, I was part of an MLM, and I did not want to sell a product. Like that wasn't what I wanted to do. But I wanted something greater. I wanted something that played with the big boys. I don't know how to explain it otherwise, right? And I wanted something that
we wouldn't know too.
I don't know how to spell it. Like playing it big. I don't know. Like something that was more than what we would see all the time on social media, right? Because and not to put anything down, people, a lot of these companies and products are amazing. It's just that's not the direction that I wanted to go, because I had done it, and I didn't want to be part of that type of business model either. So when I started the training, I was like, oh my God, like it just confirmed everything that I felt when I first watched the webinar, right? I was just like, okay, this is fantastic. I don't have to sell products, and I could just advertise, and I could just be myself, and I could just put myself out there on social media, and that's how I'm going to attract people. And it's all about business, and it's all about community and helping each other out. And that for me was like a big thing. And like you said, like we've never met, and we're all meeting, but we're not even like, I didn't see any of your ads particularly, right? So the difference from like maybe an MLM, you had like a team of, your little team, and that's who you would connect with if you had somebody that you can connect with, compared to the online business world that we're in. And it's not like that. It's like everyone's in there, everyone's building a business, and we're all helping each other out. And that to me was just like another huge bonus that I loved. And I have to say, the money that came into was very nice.
Yes.
I will not lie. Yeah, it's the high ticket item is amazing. And that to me too wasn't like, compared to before, trying to sell maybe a fitness program and maybe receiving a very small commission. And I was happy with it. I'm very grateful for everything that I've done, because it brought me to where I am today. But it wasn't enough. And I think I posted something like this, it was yesterday or today. I remember years ago going to, a conference, and somebody said, and I thought, this is quite negative. I can't believe this is being said, because it kind of put me down. Like it shifted my way of thinking. It said 1% of all of you will make it to the top. And I was like, well, that sucks. 1%? Is that a way to push us to like work harder? So again, seeing this online business marketing model, I was like, okay, it's not like that. Like, this is not it, right? You put the work in, you put the effort in, you attract people. There's no such thing as just the 1%. So,
right.
Yeah. So for me, that was another moment of like, I'm going in the right direction and I'm really enjoying this business.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
Well, I guess
Patty,
it's
up to
my
you.
turn.
Yes.
I think the most amazing thing I got from this business, besides just the income, right? Being able to kind of get the financial benefits and reaping that. But I think it's just been life-changing in ways that I really never expected. Getting that clarity, right, on what I want my life to look like. How I want to really show up for my kids and the kind of legacy that I want to leave them. I gained a lot of confidence. I know that, people are like, you're a nurse, you should be very confident. But in this business realm, I felt not confident at all. Having no tech skills, having no marketing, advertising experience, I was really a fish just kind of swimming along the way, trying to make it. And, knowing and telling myself that I can actually learn something new again, just like Crystal, right? And dog learning a new trick, but that I can actually show up imperfectly. I don't have to be perfect on the online space. Like, I am me, and it doesn't matter. And it's okay if, there are going to be individuals that don't resonate with me, and that's fine. But there are, like Krista said, like, I wouldn't have imagined that I would be able to inspire others and, be able to have my story resonate with others. Like, you always think of your story as being insignificant, but being able to just affect one person is such a huge difference in that person's life. So, as I've always been in the nursing field in helping others in their most, vulnerable state of not feeling well, I think being able to help others financially and mentally, because I think a lot of what we do in our business is not just, has a lot of like mind shift mindsets that we work on. And so being able to really gain that confidence and being able to kind of shift that mindset, because it's just more powerful than anything that I can really think of. Gosh, I just can't think of so many. I can just think of so many different things, and you guys have already like hit on so many points here. But I guess ultimately, the business has really shown me what's possible just beyond the walls of a hospital. It's reminded me that I don't have to settle for being burnt out and missing moments in my family's life, so that I can have, that lifestyle, that I can have those moments and be able to live freely. And the traditional ways that we've been ingrained to really believe that, having a stable job is really the only way to go. I had no one in my family that built a business. So I didn't know what that felt like. I didn't know what it felt like to have something of my own. I didn't know what it meant to leave a generational legacy, because my parents were immigrant parents, and all they knew was you work hard, you get paid. You work hard, you get paid. And that was it. But there are just smarter ways. And now with the digital space, like, anybody can really be on the digital space. My mom, having no education, was thriving in the digital space on her own Facebook and her, utilizing these crazy phones that we have. So anybody can truly be in this business. And, what works for me, may work for someone else, but may not work for others. And so I love just the community sharing and all the growth that, everybody that I'm able to really pull out from this. And that automation piece that you guys had mentioned, that is the best piece that I love, because that means I don't have to clock into another job to create that additional income. I don't have to give away more time. And that's what we all don't have, is that extra time to give away to someone else, to build their dreams. And why not work on building our own dreams? So yeah, I just go on and on and on, but there are just so many benefits of this business that, again, it will take some time. I think, when you hear about something that's new, it is alarming. It is unnerving to kind of, jump in right away. And we don't expect you guys. We don't pressure anybody. If you're interested, we say, come join us. If not, give it time, soak on it, right? Dwell in the information that we give you. because we're here as a resource, and we're not here to say, come join me, and we leave you in the ditch after you've come and joined our business.
know.
It's really come join us and let's thrive. Let's build, like, what can I help you so that you can achieve your dreams? And how can, we go through this together? So I love that piece about it. If I didn't have the community, I don't know how I would be able to survive. And as individuals and humans, we thrive on having that connection. And if you are one that wants to go alone, hey, go alone, but we are going as a team. So if you want a team, you want that support, you want a cheerleading group, come and join us. So
yeah, totally agree. Like when I first started, I thought I was just going to be working with one or two people, but once I started, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like thousands and thousands of people that can support you, and the amount of training and like the masterminds and everything, it really helps you grow, not just financially but personally as well. And like you all said, it's the connection is amazing.
Yeah, I like what you said, Patty, too. I think we've been taught these traditional ways of working, and when something new is present, especially these days, it's a lot of digital stuff, right? And because we don't understand it, I would like to say, not because we don't understand means that it's not something that's like scammy, you know what I mean? I think what's important is to inform ourselves when we see something like that, anything, right? To educate yourself on it, like, and that's what I love about this, is that you can sign up and get more information, and you have 30 days to decide if it's something for you. And if it's not, then you get your money back, and it ends there, right? And I think that shows like a lot of trust in the business model itself, that we're not just trying to say, hey, come here, do this, do that, and see you later. You'll never hear from us again. And we just got you.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that at all. And so I think that, I think it's important to get the information. And I know it can be scary to think outside the box of traditional work, but sometimes I see of these younger kids doing the stuff that they do, and they're on it. Like, they're like on social media, and they're finding ways of making money some other non-traditional ways. And I'm like, wow, good for you, right? But
and there are so many ways to make money these days, so it's not
Absolutely.
wrong
No.
that individuals, still do the 9-to-5 grind. I mean, I still work full time, and I don't anticipate on fully leaving my career, because I always tell my friends and family, like, I work hard for my degree, and it wasn't easy to obtain what I got. And so I still want to keep that. And I feel proud of my nursing license, but I also want to have more of my time back from my family. So it's not wrong that you want to continue your 9-to-5, but why not just use some of those pockets of time and create something that, can grow along with you.
Yeah, especially in today's world, it's kind of iffy sometimes, people not being able to keep their jobs. Like, way back when, somebody would stay at a corporate job for like, eons and then have their pension, but it's not necessarily like that anymore. But like you, Patty, like, I'm not necessarily planning to leave, flying, but it's nice to have that extra income. It's nice to build something else in case something were to happen. I mean, we went through pandemic. I ended up, not working for 18 months. I would have never thought in a million years, with the seniority that I had, that I would be laid off, but it happened, right? So it's, I've always been a very huge advocate of not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
So we have an viewer here, and sorry, this is like blocking your face, guys, but what's one advice you have for someone who feels defeated? Who wants to answer that?
Defeated in which way? That would be the question. Defeated in life, defeated in business, defeated in...
Must be business. Or life.
What's one advice you have someone who feels defeated? Yeah, it's a hard question. I don't know what the context is.
Probably you feel like it's defeated, like you feel like you're trying your hardest, but you're just not getting through that wall, like if like in terms of the business, I'm guessing. I don't know.
Or just family, you're feeling defeated because there's a lot
Yeah.
that's going on too.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's,
I guess
you
I'd
know,
say, that when these feelings come up, right? Feeling defeated, feeling skeptical, like that just makes us human. I mean, those are real raw emotions, and it's not wrong to feel those emotions because those are our mechanisms of really our red flags that that kind of highlights our body's defenses, right? And it's good. It's good in a sense that it makes us more in tune and aware. I mean, you have that potential to really utilize that fear, that feelings of defeat. I don't know. I think, like I said, we're human, so
yeah,
it's right for us to feel that way.
yeah,
It doesn't mean that you're bad. It doesn't mean that the end is coming. It just means that sometimes life is going to get heavy before it gets better. It's going to
yeah,
get worse before it gets better. Nothing stays bad all the time.
no,
A
Yeah.
fire doesn't stay burning forever, right?
no.
It needs something to keep it burning.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So,
maybe it's like a moment of growth too, right? Like
mhm,
you're being defeated. It's a moment to maybe self-reflect and see what needs to be changed or eliminated or added on. And yeah, I think it's a moment of growth, really.
Yeah. I think
And I
it's
guess
like
no
that.
matter, yeah, go ahead.
No, sorry. I think it's like that mindset too. You know how
Mhm.
when you think of a lot of negative things come to you. But
mhm,
Yep.
if you shift your mindset and like what I do every day is I write down every like the little things that I'm thankful for. You start with 5 or 10 things. Write down everything that you're thankful for, and just all day be grateful for whatever you're doing, even if you're just, oh, I'm grateful that I'm sitting down and eating my lunch or something like that. um it helps your mindset to be a little bit more positive, and then you'll attract some positive in your life. And then I think that helps, and then it's just that shift of your mindset. It helps. Like, I get it, like sometimes I do feel that way too, like I feel like I'm defeated because I'm doing my best, but then something's just not changing. So you just have to like shift your focus, I'd say.
mhm.
Yeah, I also would like to add that, sometimes we feel like we're defeated because we in life, well, there is nothing like a clean path, right? Like a smooth road. There's always going to be potholes, and we're always going to stumble upon things, but we just have to remember that if we look at our neighbor's yard, it's going to always be green. If we don't fertilize ours and give it the best so that it turns green, we're always going to look over on the other side. So I feel that sometimes, but if you don't have the support that you need in your life, and you feel that you're missing that and you're pushing so hard, but there's no results, I just want to share that never give up. Never give up on a bad day, because you don't know what's coming and you don't know what future hold. We all will always, I mean, the universe will always, like, it will
Reward
always
you.
test us. Yeah.
Yeah,
It will always test us in so
mm,
many ways that we have to overcome to in order to be successful, to be where we want to be, right? So I just say, you just be yourself. You can't control what others are feeling for you, and you just got to keep pushing, because if you know that you are worth it and you have a big why, then you should just like keep pushing towards it, and someday you will receive that, success that you've been wanting, because things don't just happen. It just doesn't happen overnight, especially running a business, right? So we're all there. We ran through issues, we've overcome them, but yet we've continued to challenge those and to be the better selves of us. because we have that big why, and that's why we keep rooting for that success. And so nothing comes easy.
Yeah, it's not all sunshines either. I know we talk about all the great benefits, but I think we have these internal voices, internal demons that we all have, right? Regardless if you're doing a business, regardless if you're nursing, regardless if you're a therapist, like regardless of what you do, even as a mom, right? We have these internal demons that are always telling us that you're not good enough, but it's really, and I think that's one aspect of this business is that it does help us build and strengthen our mindset, because we are ultimately going to be the one who destroys our own business. If
Yeah.
you focus on those failures, if you focus on that was a crappy advertisement that I put out there, like I had no attraction. I thought it was great, but everybody thought, everybody did not resonate with it. And so I had nobody. But it's then, let's just kind of revamp it, right? So let's redo and see where we can go from there. So you're ultimately going to be your own enemy in building or helping your business succeed.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing that I took away from being in this business is that I have to be stronger. I have to be the stronger person. I have to be the stronger, my stronger self, and defeat that demon inside of me, which we all have.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
normal. It's
Yeah.
not just me. And we, are so harsh to ourselves that sometimes
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
hard.
Like Patty said, like if we're gonna be a failure, then we're just gonna be the bigger failure of ourselves, right? But if we want that success and we really crave for it, then that's when we say, okay, if I want to be a winner or to be successful, what do I have to do? I'm gonna stumble through issues, but I've got to overcome them. And it doesn't matter how my family or people who is against me, I'm willing to push it through. And that's when you're gonna shift
Yeah.
to a different place.
Yeah, I
But
think
if
Be
we,
the mama bear, right?
Yeah.
Moms, we're mama bears when it comes to anything that tries to harm our child. Like, be that mama bear and fight that demon.
Yeah.
Do whatever it takes.
I think we need to remind ourselves too. I mean, I think we've seen these posts go by where we see, people that are successful in their business, and it didn't happen overnight. And I know we're in this era of wanting everything very quickly, and maybe for some it does, but in general, it takes time. And when you look at these big, corporations, they're not being ran by one person either, right? So yes, you might, start and you start the training and you're on your own, but the community is there to help you out. And you got to remind yourself that, whether it takes 2, 5, or 10 years, you're working towards it. And imagine the outcome in like 5, 6, 7, and 10 years from now, right? So I think I know for myself, when I feel a little like, I don't know, down, because I'm human like everybody else, then I remind myself of that, exactly that, right? These beautiful advertisements that we see for certain businesses, whether it's on TV or whatever, they didn't sit there for 5 minutes and create them. I'm sure they went through a series of different creative moments of, this is working, this is not working, let's start over again, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
That reminds me of my advertising. Like, I know I love watching K-drama, but I was actually outside do so many takes of my ad, and it took me like 8 hours sitting out on my farm trying to do my advertisement. And I came home and my husband was like, oh my gosh, you love these K-dramas so much. You see how much time they put into it to have that perfection of being able to make you cry like a baby. And look at you, like you were out there like 8 hours, and how many takes did you do? So nothing comes easy, and never give up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so true. It's like one of the coaches said that, it's like, have the mindset of a victor and not a victim.
Mhm.
So just keep
Yep.
pushing, and don't make excuses, because if you make excuses, then you're not going to go anywhere.
No,
So
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
So I hope we answered your question. I hope like
Good question.
that's the answer. Because who was
Awesome.
that? What was the name of the who asked the question? I can't remember the name. MC. So I hope that we answered your question, and you also made us think.
Yeah,
And
that's a good
so,
question.
but
And
yeah,
sometimes
it was
we
a great
do feel
question.
that like the world is against us.
Hmm.
And it's because when your families, or especially like your spouse, and everybody is turning against you, it looks like you're the only one facing the world.
Yeah.
And it's hard to be able to share that with someone, and that's hard. And that's why we're so lucky to be here, right? Because we're working together. As we own our own business, but we're able to work together and share that knowledge. And when we struggle, that's when we open up and say, hey, you know what, I'm going through this. And I I'm just super surprised that, and super thankful and blessed that, like, I can actually talk to my business partners better than my siblings, because when they don't understand the business, and it's hard to share that emotion. You have to be in it to understand the emotion. Like, all of us are in it, and it would just be best for all of us to just share that emotion, because that's how we're going to understand, because we all work in this business and we all go through it.
I'm
There
so
Yeah.
are,
glad you said that, Chris. I'm really glad you said that. Sorry to interrupt, because I was
yeah,
just thinking to myself,
yeah,
as flight attendants, and Patty, you may say the same thing as a nurse, as flight attendants, we're always like, there's no point in sharing certain things about flying, because people will not understand unless they're in it.
yeah.
Right? So when your family members don't understand what you're going through, it's because they're not
Mhm.
in it. And that's why this community is so important, because we
Yeah.
understand each other, just like flight attendants, just like nurses, so on and so forth. So that's
Yeah.
maybe a good reminder as well.
Mm-hmm.
Agree.
That's
My husband
totally.
will never understand my nursing frustrations and stories,
Exactly. Exactly.
nor as a woman either, right? These men will never understand as a woman. So that's
That
another
is so
story for
true.
another day.
So before we wrap up, I have a question for each one of you. So I'll start with Crystal.
Make it easy.
So I have three questions. So I'll just like ask one question from each of you. Let's bust like a few of those myths that we always hear about our business. So the first question is for Crystal: do I need tech skills?
So I want to say that, as much as I'm an engineer, I didn't have the tech skills to run this business when I started. I had to learn just like everyone else. And so I would say that, this business is for everyone. I know people has come up to me and say, "Oh, your business, they're not professional people can run it, but entry level people can run it." That just means that your business is not good, because you don't have all highly professional, right? And that's why we're good, right? Because we don't pick and choose who's perfect and who's not. We all come from different walks of life, and you don't have to have the tech skills to be able to run this business. Even this one lady that she inspired me through this business, she did not speak English. She was a Vietnamese woman, and she is now one of the most successful women in our community. And when she showed her husband, the numbers in her bank account with so many zeros, he was like, "Where did you get this money?" You know? So when I started the business, I was like, wow, I thought I was an old dog who couldn't learn new trick. This woman, she doesn't even speak English or read English, and she just followed the training by the mouse movement. Like, how amazing is that? It's just like a blind person swifting the hand across some letters and understanding what people are talking about, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
I would like to share that no, you don't need to be tech savvy to start this business, because you have people like us to work with.
that is so true. Like I didn't even know how to use StreamYard, and here I am. I'm a hosting, right? It's like, oh
Oh,
yeah, I'm
yeah.
hosting now. So, so
Mm,
my next question,
that's a breaking barrier for you.
right? like, like a couple years ago, it's like, what the heck is StreamYard? I don't even know that. I don't even know how to like do it, and now I'm hosting. so, so this is for Putty. So do I need a huge following on my social media to be able to do this business?
No, definitely not. It's not like a content creator. You have to have a lot of following. I started from ground zero. Like I had my Facebook page, right? I was active on my Facebook page and just really connecting with my friends and family. But in my business, I started from not having any followers, from just my business partners. We have the training that helps you go through the process of setting up your Facebook page. If that's Facebook that you're wanting to do your platform on, or if it's YouTube, again, we are attraction marketing. So we're not about how many followers do you have, although that's great to kind of give you, some page legitimacy that you're not just a scam out there. But even with individuals that have large followings, those can be scams too, right? You have these follower trains, or I don't even know what it's called now, but the individuals just follow each other to kind of get the followers. But our attraction marketing is really, again, sharing our story, sharing the lifestyle, sharing what we are being blessed with in this business and being able to help others, and then being able to receive that blessing in return, like just 10 times more, 100 times more than what you are putting out. So, yes, I know people, we get that a lot. Like, wow, I have what, 1,000 followers. And in the year, I was able to get 1,000 followers, which is more than my personal page. So don't bank on, having a huge followers. Um, you know, use the attraction piece,
Yeah,
use our business
yeah,
to really share. And that's how you will get your followers, is your business partners, those that are wanting a change in their life. So yeah,
yeah.
simple answer. No, you don't need
Awesome. Awesome. That's great. Yeah, totally. And last but not least, Melanie, you and I talked about this. How much time do I need to spend? Do I need 24/7 to spend
24/7.
doing this
No.
business?
No, no, no. You go at your own pace. You
Mhm.
really go at your own pace. So everyone's schedule is different. Some people are 9 to 5. Some have, irregular hours that they work, and I think it's important to just go at your own pace. I know for myself, when I first started, I got really excited and I went like I said before, like full force for I think like a whole weekend. I was just like consuming it all. But it doesn't have to be that way. And I think you're better off going at your own pace and doing it step by step than trying to go fast, draining yourself, discouraging yourself, and then completely stopping. So if it's 30 minutes a day, then it's 30 minutes a day, because the whole point, I mean, you'll have, it is a business, so you will have to put some time in. But I think you have to remember your goal is, if it is to leave your current job because you want more time freedom, then put that little extra time today for you to have really that time freedom in the future, right? So but there's no pressure. No one's behind you saying, hurry up, you got to finish it all, right?
Yeah.
So I say small daily habits are really the winner if you don't have as much time as other people.
Yes, totally. Well, thank you for that.
Thank you.
So, if you are watching and wondering, is this business for me? You are the only one who can answer that question. But here's what we'll say: if you're dreaming of more time, more freedom, more options, you don't really need permission to go after it. It's on you. You have to make the decision, assess everything, You just need like a community like we do, a system and a decision. So thank you for hanging out with us. And if there's anything we said tonight that hit home, send us a question, each one of us. There's like our website there, or you can follow us on social media. But yeah, feel free. We are open to answer questions any time of the day. Like it may not be when we're sleeping, but so at any time we will answer as fast as we can. So let us know. But thank you, ladies, for being
Thank
here.
Thank
you.
you so much for having us, and thank
Yes.
you for hosting.
Yeah.
It's wonderful seeing you guys,
Yeah.
and we'll see you guys in the next live.
That's
Yeah.
right. Thank you.
Bye,
Thanks.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.